All I remember is, this.
Heart-wrenching testimony today from a girlfriend who says that she ran out in front of her home to see her boyfriend lying in a pool of his own blood. It was an argument between neighbors over property lines and privacy ending in death.
Today, the girlfriend of the well-known humanitarian talked for the first time about what happened that day last spring in Encinitas. 10 News reporter Steve Fiorina is live outside the Vista Courthouse right now with what she saw and heard as time seemed to stand still. Steve?
She testified on the fourth floor courtroom here that it was a happy morning for the two, but shattered suddenly by angry words and gunfire. Evelyn Zeller squeezed a white foam heart-shaped stress ball as she recalled the morning of March 28th. It was her birthday, and the day her live-in boyfriend was shot to death outside their home in rural Encinitas. Zeller testified that she heard gunfire, 2 shots, and she ran outside calling John Upton's name.
As I approach the path, I see somebody lying on the floor. I still don't know who it is, so now I start to rush. So I walk fast, and I realize that it is John.
She demonstrated Upton's position on the ground, his head on his arm as he lay in blood. Then she spotted her neighbor, defendant Michael Vilken, a .44 Magnum in his hand.
All I remember is, this, his hand stretched out and the gun pointing at me.
She exclaimed, "Oh my God," then said that time stood still as Vilken sharply told her, "Don't get any effing closer."
I wasn't scared for my life. All I saw was a dead body, and there was no more spirit in the body, even from the distance that I saw it at. And I turned around. I did a 180, threw my hands up, and ran back in the house.
Upton lay dead, Vilken telling 10 News in a jailhouse interview that it was self-defense, though Upton had no weapon. Ironically, Upton, who, as you may remember, was a very well-known filmmaker who was recognized for his humanitarian efforts in rescuing Romanian orphans back in the 1990s. Ironically, they were going to move in a couple of weeks, so the property dispute would have ended there. The judge bound him over for trial, saying obviously the dispute was one-sided. If he's convicted, he faces up to life in prison. Live in Vista, Steve Fiorina, 10 News.